Hello, fellow scrubs. Notester82 here today to look at Cultist Simulator. This is a game that I happened to stumble upon out of nowhere from like the art style. When I saw the screenshots of it, I thought it looked neat. And then I also saw that one of the devs also worked on Fallen London and Sunless Seas, a couple games that a friend talked to me about, so I was interested. And then I started playing it for a bit, and it is pretty good, if I do say so myself. And I'm just moving my mouse around a little bit to move the little stuff around here. Anyway, yes, this is a card game about building a cult, as the name implies, but you also have other stuff to worry about. In all honesty, I would actually say that it's probably good to go into this blind because, well, it would be better to go into it blind because, you discover stuff and it feels more fun. But I guess I'm still fairly new at it, so maybe watching wouldn't hurt all that much. I don't know. It's your choice. Dream responsibly, as the game says, even though that has nothing to do with dreaming. Anyway, we will continue right here. Yes. These are, I guess, different classes that you can choose when you start. Right here we have a physician. As the patient descended into the final delirium, I made copious notes. In the buzzing heat of the night, I reread those notes, and they began at last to make a kind of sense. Or you could be a detective. I am an inspector for the capital's police, charged with the investigation of the most vile and wretched things that one human does to another. And Aspirant, June the 28th, once again. Actually, I feel like this is the class that I started with, on my first playthrough, so let's actually just start here. Yes. You don't get the class selection on your first game, but yeah. Aspirant, alone in the chilly city, with my useless education and my dreams. What now? Could I become something more? Indeed, this is the starting of the game. We can also name ourselves over here. We shall... I'll just call myself Note, because that is who I am indeed, yes. Alright, so yeah, we have this huge board to work with. We have this thing right here, which is... I call them event tiles, but I don't know, there's not really a name for them. And then we have this card. If we click it, we can have more info. A precarious position as a hospital porter. Miserable was all you can find for now. All you can find just now, whatever, yeah. This icon here, or icons on the bottom right of the thing, will show what cards are, what places they're used with. So this is a job basically. So right now we can work, earn a living, or practice the invisible arts. We're gonna go ahead and place this in here. Another shift at the hospital. Another shift, mopping the darkened hallways, delivering posts to hollow-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. Spooky. We'll start that, and as you see, a timer appears, and when that timer finishes, we will get stuff, depending on what we've put in there. So yeah, that's complete. I will actually pause right here. You can do that. You can also change the speed if you need to. Halfway through your shift, the head porter beckons you aside. We won't require your services any longer, he says. Here, your last payment. I've lost my job. At least now I have a little time to rest and my health improves. So dream is unlocked, that dream thing that's going on right here, and it also has a timer going. Let's see what that is. Once again I dream of a glow beneath the filthy skin of the world, the light through the black wood, the pale door, the old man, hyphen. I don't think they actually said the hyphen. Okay, yeah, so that's gonna go on for a bit. We can't do anything until the timer runs out. So let's go ahead and click these two cards. We have some funds over here, and we have health. So yep, that's all we have at the moment. Oh yeah, there's also card snap. I really like that they added this. Before they didn't have it, which was kind of fine, but now having it is just even better. I love you, Weather Factory. Alrighty then, so yeah. Technically we could work with health, but it will just kind of deplete our health a little bit, if that makes sense. Well, not deplete, but it will disable it for a while. I don't know. We won't do that just yet. We'll finish our dream. Alright. It began when I spoke with the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What is this cobalt light in my dreams? Time is now passing. So we have contentment, which has a timer on it as well. Some cards can have timers on them, and that means that they will disappear if like you don't use them in a certain amount of time. Yeah. I'm happy, I think. So yeah, they can be used for like a thing called dread, which I'll probably get into later. Right now we just unlocked some passion, which is pretty cool. But now we have the timer thing, which was mentioned before. So every 60 seconds, this timer thing, well, I don't know, you could read this, but I could also just explain it. So yeah, every time the timer runs, it's going to take one of my funds because I need to, of course, pay for the place that I'm sleeping at. Otherwise, or just pay for stuff, I guess, I don't know. And if you don't have the funds to do so, then bad stuff will happen. So let's actually do some passion work, maybe. I used to paint. I could paint those sights I half remember from my dreams. I might sell something. I probably won't. Unfortunate, but we shall see what we can do. Sometimes you can put cards into like slots while the timer is going on. This is a slot called Yearning. If I'm restless, perhaps this is what I want. So certain cards can go into certain places to add more to them. This is a restlessness card, which I don't have at the moment, so we shall just skip through that and just wait for the timer. We could dream about health. We could rest a little bit, maybe. I don't know. And get this. You could go on a heckin' opium trip. In times of a special crisis, I might visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium and make my dreams sweet, but only in times of a special crisis. This is an expensive and risky way to earn contentment, that thing right here. It might even provoke sickness or despair, so yeah, it's a big gamble right there. Let's actually rest a little bit, perhaps. And then we have absolutely nothing to do, which is why we will fast forward. Wow. Amazing stuff. So hopefully we'll see if we can sell that painting, because we're about to run out of funds, and that's not going to be fun. Duh. Haha, yes. So yeah, this contentment's going to be gone. So, if a slot has a magnet on it, that means if the card is available on the board, it will take it immediately. There's no way to drag it out. So yeah, that fund is gone. And we have this thing, a letter from a solicitor. The old man at the hospital, the one I dream of, has named me in his will. I will hear more soon. Interesting. We shall move these accordingly, and then we will go back to normal speed. Let's see how that thing did. I found a customer. That's cool. She'll probably hang it up in her spare bedroom and never look at it again. But her money is good. Sometimes painting will gain you glimmerings. Study them to unlock more advanced painting options. So that's cool. We can also click collect now to just collect everything. So that's cool. So yeah, now we have 2 funds, which we can either split up or move along together. We have some glimmerings, which will expire, and our passion is exhausted. This is what I mean about cards being disabled. It will take 58.4 seconds for this to go back to normal, and then we can use it again. Yes. Alright, so we dreamed a little bit. Sometimes I have dreamt of a tall woman in a sand-colored coat who stands at the foot of my bed, smiling as she watches me sleep. In that dream, she turns her head with the swiftness of a bird, and her fingers flex like talons. I do not think I dreamt of her last night. If I had, I could not have slept so soundly. Very intriguing. So we have our health back, and now we have a fleeting memory, which we cannot use on anything. The things will have outline on them if you can use them. This cannot. A moment in time, in another moment, it will be gone. Unfortunate. So, oh yeah, this is the study thing that this had talked about with the glimmering. So we have to study glimmering for stuff. I'm not sure about what we want to do here. Maybe I'll just wait a little bit. I'll fast forward to like make the wait quicker, but yeah. Goodbye, fleeting memory. Oh, we have 11. Whoa, what is this? The old man has bequeathed me a sum of money and a packet of peculiar papers, poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Study is unlocked. We have a bequest, funds, and reason. That's pretty coolio. Reason is actually a thing that will land us a job right here. Find work which will spare my body, if not my mind. Yes, please. That is a thing that happens sometimes. It is pretty surreal, interesting, all of the above. Alright, so we have this bequest. A package of peculiar papers from my correspondence executor. I must study it, either using passion or reason. Well, my reason is already being used right here and it's unavailable, and my passion is kinda still healing, so we can't do anything yet. But we were told to study glimmering. I'll need more than one. That's good. The tigers of wrath are wiser than the horses of instruction. If I spend time studying what I've learned, I could increase my passion and gain a skill. That's cool. So we shall do that. That fleeting memory is now gone. Maybe I'll sleep again. I'll rest, I guess. Yeah, that seems pretty alright. Sounds good to me. Okay, we got a job at Glover & Glover. They have offered me a junior position. I start at 8 sharp tomorrow morning. And as you can see, this has a timer on it too. So if you do not do your job in the time before it runs out, then you basically get demoted, which is bad. Junior work at Glover & Glover. The scratching of pens, the sourceness of dust, the sighing of the young Glover, the greedy gurgling of the elder. Hang on just a second. Oki had some sort of thing. I don't know. Right, the heckin' job, right. Let's go ahead and start that. And right here there's a thing called diligence. Extra effort, it might help sometimes. So if you use it, then it will just give you a bonus. I will apply extra effort, perhaps they'll appreciate it. Yep. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we shall fast forward. That thing is going to take one of my coins. My passion is now available. Let's see what else we've got in store. We're done thinking. So now, there are more windows in my soul, but sunlight is not the only thing that passes through a window. I've gained passion, but it'll be more difficult to gain passion next time. So we have a new skill, and now we have 2 passion instead of 1, which is nice. We will study that bequest with some new passion. I'll read, theorize, pace, sketch, clutch at my hair in wonder, rise in elation, collapse in despair. Interesting. Interesting indeed. I like the writing in this. It's very immersive and whatnot. Mr. Alden, the supervisor of records, has called me into his office to recognize my diligence. I also mole on his neck as he talks and talks and talks. But at the end of it, I have a promotion. The new position is better paid and the desk stands by the street window. But I work directly for Mr. Alden now. Mr. Alden is known to be exacting. We'll collect all of our stuff right here. Our reason is kind of dimmed. And now we have only 57 seconds to do a thing, to work. I'm better paid than I was, but Mr. Alden has taken an interest in me. Mr. Alden is very particular. Mr. Alden likes things done just so. And Mr. Alden has never believed that I am qualified for this position. Well, we shall show him. I dreamt of nothing at all. I woke and stretched and rose without haste. Those quiet hours have left me energized. So now we have vitality. Vitality is kind of the same as glimmering, but it gives us more health. I'll try sleeping again and see what happens. Or just resting. I know I can't sleep on the job, literally, haha, but yeah. Ooh, we have one of these things. That's not good. Yeah, so certain events will pop up and then, like, they'll threaten to, like, end your run or your game, basically, your journey of building a cult. This one right here, no health is left, my life is slipping away. So it seems like I'm sick, but I don't have the health to do it, but this should run out in time because it's 42 seconds, that's 48. So yeah, I should be safe actually. Examine my requests, employing passion. The correspondent describes my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar. The house, the wood, the hours, the glory. I sense here a power that generals and kings would envy. A new desire burns in me. There is a note, ha ha ha, here. Directions to a bookshop that does not advertise its wares. Very interesting. So we have notes, multiple me's. Fantastic. Let's read those things, yeah. I have a name, a description, a few tantalizing details, but there are 1,000 faces in this city. Let's see if we can find someone. Meanwhile, our health should be back for the thing. So we can go ahead and do that. Because it would be pretty sad to just die right here, right now. Yeah, I'll just fast forward a bit. Then I'll stop for this. Okay, we have this thing, which I'll explain in a bit. And now I have an address, so I'll dispatch a letter and propose a meeting. Talk is unlocked. So yeah, this is the talk, actually, where you, of course, talk to people. I shall move these about how I see fit, and Coolio. I await an answer to a letter, Coolio. So now this dream should finish. It automatically takes my heart card because it had the magnet for it. So yeah, I was sick. I've become unwell. If an illness cannot consume health, it will cause death. So yeah, I was about to die there, but luckily I made it. So yeah, I got some contentment and whatnot from that, but that's all. And this heart is... Whenever the principle of the heart is implicated, I might gain vitality. Ooh, that's cool. So I could go ahead and level up my vitality. Meanwhile, this thing is going on here. I do not believe that you have properly understood the importance of your work here. This task will require your full attention. Add reason to satisfy Mr. Alden. Fine. The work is complete when I have assessed the work is complete, and not before. I trust we understand each other. Yes, sir. And now we have this thing. Dark days. I must be careful not to let doubts creep in. Dread may provoke full-fledged despair. So yeah, this is one of the things that pop up that could potentially make you lose. So you'll have to not have any despair on your board, otherwise it will pick it up. Yeah. Apologize for my my voice. It's blah. I don't know. A sickness has ravaged my body. That's unfortunate. There are certain ways to go about doing this, but we only have one option at the moment. Resting will restore me if I have the necessary resources. So I either use actually, yeah, I could use vitalities, which is certain, or I could use a fund. The medicine is dark and bitter as tar. It would be easy to suspect I'm being poisoned. So, not guaranteed, but this, all I need now is time. That's guaranteed. It sounds very, very trustworthy. Yeah, now we have someone to talk to. The reply to your letter is courteous, if cautious. They are intrigued by how you found their name, intrigued enough to meet you. Hello, Valakine? Oh my gosh. Valcian. I apologize. An acquaintance. Yes, let's talk to her. Here is someone I might work with, a companion or a follower, but first I must give them something to follow. A society, a society, a solidarity, so whatever that word is, an order, a cult. Yes. Actually, we shall not talk just yet, and instead we will. Well, not that actually. No, let's not do that yet. Let's study a smith's secret, and then. Actually, never mind. Because I believe this is like a goal of some sort, but then you can like use a different kind of lore and then switch your goal. Actually, this is your goal. Temptation, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it's occurred to me that I hold the key to power. This card will allow you to win a power victory if you upgrade it far enough. Dreaming about it might advance or change it. So yeah, that's where you go to do stuff. Actually, I'll talk to her right now, actually. Couldn't hurt. On this occasion, I have determined that your work is of an acceptable standard. You may go, be punctual tomorrow, please. There may be ways to deal with Mr. Alden. Good to know. So we got 2 funds there. We have a steady position now. Steady amount of money, and we shall just work there again because there's not much else to do. More stuff. Wait, I did not read that. Hopefully it wasn't awful. Blah blah blah. Tradition and compulsion, old or new, both together. Add lore to determine your cult's founding principles. Oh yes, because blah blah blah. I don't know. I'll go to that later. But first, this. I've begun my true work. The authorities will take an interest in it. I must be ready for them. You have begun to establish your cult. It will need a little more before you can recruit followers. So, yep. And we have notoriety. That's another way you can potentially lose. Like, you have a cult, you know, and then people are gonna look at you and be like, "Wow, they have a cult," and then they're gonna go up to the big boys, the court, and they're gonna be like, "Wow, he has a cult," and then you just lose because wow, you have a cult. Yeah, that you just have to be careful about that. This does run out, but like after what 300 seconds, that's a long heckin' time. Anyway. So yeah, about that lore, it looks like this would be a lore to do. An occult society to get dedicated to the fire that changes and remakes. That sounds interesting. So we shall go ahead and do that. Apologies once again. I'm not dying, just living, I guess. I don't know. The hour we will serve requires pain. I must give of myself. So I need a heart for health, yeah. Which I do have at the moment. I will explain stuff later, blah blah blah. Nothing happened with that thing, so I will just put it in here. So I can finally start a cult. This hook thing is here. Exotic cravings, what hungers drive me. So I think it's gonna like decide a thing, but I'm not entirely sure. This, the wolf despair prowls elsewhere. No dread empowers its despair, it's over for now. So yeah, since I didn't have any despair for that moment, now it's gone, but just for now, yes. Oh right, it tells me about my power, and then it says, oh, you're dedicated to do this power thing. You should go and complete that, yes. Right. Still looking around for like what to do. Oh yeah, that's where I get restlessness, blah blah blah. The forge of days waits in my dreams. If I learn the forge's lore and I dream of this temptation, I can advance my purpose. The need gnaws at me. So yeah, this was the restlessness thing I was talking about. I could go painting and then do that, but the problem is the painting takes like the same amount of time as the job, and then I'll just get demoted, which I can still like go back and like apologize so I can make it up to the boss, but that'll take time away, I guess. That's the thing. So I can dream about power, but yeah, so like these cards would be things to put in here, but there's actually not much, so I think I'm just gonna have a blank dream, honestly. A cult with one member is an unusual habit. I must have a recruit, and it will be that I don't know how to pronounce it. Valcian. I apologize, Valcian. It's not a good thing to mispronounce your first cult person's name. That's very rude, don't you think? Oh yes, this is where you can like study about your skill, and if you have 4 glimmering somehow, then you can upgrade it. It's real tricky. Alrighty then, so we have this now, we did the work, cool. I'm gonna go back and work again, because why not? And now if we go here, our rise begins. I founded my cult. This is a step to greater power. Use your cult to recruit and promote followers. Talk to followers about your cult to send them out on cult business. And I have an injury because of course I sacrificed myself somewhat and I did things. It hurt a bunch. Unflinching order. Wow. An occult society dedicated to the fire that changes and remakes. Indeed. That is pretty cool, yeah. We can talk to our cults and then, like, maybe get more whatevers, but I don't know. An injury, blah blah blah. I need rest and nourishment if I am to recover, but the mother of ants looks kindly on wounds. Dreaming with an injury before the card fades will allow you to recover health. Cool, so I shall do that after this. This craving thing is coming again, I guess. As yet, I only have the needs and desires of any other mortal, but what stirs in me? Oh gosh, I have dread now. I think restlessness turns into dread, and that's how I got that. That's bad. It's pretty bad. So yeah, I did nothing with my temptation thing, which was strange, but yeah. Right, now we can dream about our injury, and we need vitality for that, which I shall use right now. Who can we talk to? We can talk in our, wait, no, that's if you want to lock people in the cupboard for reasons. Discuss, well, do that, but then associate, promote, yeah, I can't promote them at the moment. Oh wait, I can just study the directions to Moorlands. That could be a useful thing, right? Alright, you want some... Oh gosh, it begins. It really does begin. We have the Dread card. That's unfortunate. Oh, he wants passion or reason. So yeah, we can do that. So we have a reason available, but yeah, now we have some Dread. And I think, if I remember... Yeah, it does turn into dread, so now we're gonna get into some very good stuff. Yeah, now we need a contentment in order to stop this dread stuff. And if you get 3 dread, and then like another timer goes down, which is basically you're about to die because like you were overcome by dread, that's all, yeah. An ill-lit street at an ill-favored bend in a lesser river. A soft yellow light through a grimy window. Miss Moreland nods as I enter, but doesn't rise. I never ask for the names of my clients, she informs me, before I have time to introduce myself. Explore is discovered, so we can explore stuff now. Which is this thing right here. Now that I found a location, I can explore it. Let's explore this opulent scrap or something. Meanwhile, we have hecking dread to worry about. We have our health back, and we're still doing good with our job. That's cool. It's very cool, but what's not cool is the fact that I'm hecking dying. Wow. I'm not gonna... Huh. What do I want to study? Reason? Perhaps? Yeah. Actually, I think we're gonna not do a job this time, and instead we're gonna try and find some contentment, because we have a dread chain going on here. You can defeat despair by defeating contentment, otherwise it will destroy you once it reaches 3 dread, like I said before, yes. This place merits closer investigation. That is Strathcoin's residence. Yeah, the text is like kind of small at times, but it's okay. She could search the city and maybe find stuff, perhaps. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go do that. She found someone. I might found somewhere unusual. The words contain knowledge. Now I contain it. It is a little like a theft and a little like feasting and a little like the progress of an infectious disease. Ooh, interesting. We have irradiation, which is probably used to upgrade reason, as it looks like. We shall use passion for that. Yes. Lots of multitasking in this game. Ooh, the Elidus Club. Wow. We can hit up the heckin' clubs, yes. Look at people. Yeah. Oh, we have a hireling, which could probably take care of stuff, but I do not want them at the moment, so I will not pay them. Yes. As I said before, we'll try and get some contentment to get rid of that dumb heckin' thing. We don't really have yearning, so it doesn't give us like as much power. Oh, the notoriety is gone, which is great. So yeah, it's not guaranteed that our painting will do well, but it's a thought at least. Alright, we have irradiation, we shall do it, and then... Yeah, I have picked up odd facts here and there. If I spend time studying what I've learned, I could increase my reason. Nice. Okay, better not. I must keep careful of the company I keep. Yeah. But like, if you search the city, you'll eventually, I think, you find like people to join your clan, your cult. I finished a painting to the excitement of absolutely no one but me. It's unfortunate. And our reason is kind of down, and we have a difficulty at work, demotion to junior position. So it has no timer, so we can do this anytime we want, but I shall continue trying to paint at the moment. Another overlooked place, which happens to be an auction shop. You can see this game's getting pretty interesting with all of its cards. Let's search the city once again. This thing popped up. The sun flickers like a shadow. Okay, yeah, this is another thing that can kill you. Fascination. Yeah. It's real bad. Another hireling, but it's not a... Like, they're just gonna be there for like a while. Yeah, so let's not hire them. Okay, so we exercise the mind. My mind, the library. I've gained reason, but it'll be more difficult, blah blah blah. Yes, we got that. So now we have 2 skills over here. Wondering on what to do at the moment as I pause and unpause. It saw no whatevers, so now we have... blah blah. Okay, I'll read this, sorry. Mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes, I am sane if that means anything. No fascination drives our visions, it's over for now. A consciousness of riddance, which is used for some hacking, summoning minions, but I'm not that far enough for that yet, so yeah. This despair is still going. I got contentment, which means I did a painting. Well, I was content with it by myself at least. The last time I did, I got nothing, but there we go. So now we can counteract that, and we shall be all set with that. Let's try and get back our job with some passion. Be like, oh, I love this. This is not a pleasant conversation, but it may be a necessary one. I've been there. Heck. Yeah, we got rid of the hireling. Let's continue searching the city. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. I forget how to get the people. Well, I found an overlooked place. Now, so let's see here. The streets are strange and the hour called Messicate. Wow. Sounds interesting. I have been offered another chance. I am apparently expected to be grateful. Oof, the sarcasm. Or just the gloominess. Let's see here. There's like so much stuff to do. This is what I like about this game. It's a bunch of strategizing for like what to do next, especially with how the timers and whatnot work. Let's... Dreaming with reason is maybe dangerous. There was once a man who said that the sleep of reason produced monsters. Often it is healthy to let the mind wander in sleep, but if I keep dreaming, sooner or later some sort of monster will rise from my own fears. Yeah, let's not do that. Long walks kill cobwebs. Yeah, this gives vitality, if I remember correctly, so we can increase our health later on. Ah, this is the Popo, yes, the police. The city is rife with journalists and detectives and other meddlers. How long will they leave me in peace? I'm safe for now. The meddler's attention must be somewhere else. Well, it must be elsewhere. A relief, yeah. So if I had notoriety, I believe I would have been hecked, but fortunately I did not have that, so that's good. Who can I talk to? These things. Right. Let's see this. Visions past me with a pavane grace, a window over a wood, a garden of ice, a shivering sun, a woman of glass. I will return home reluctantly. Subtle fracture, which is again used for summoning minions. I don't really have anything for that. I'm honestly forgetting how you recruit more people. That's weird. Yeah, the auction house is for selling stuff. The E-Disc Club, a cabaret with occult reputation. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh yeah, right, you want me to put work into it. There we go, yeah. Good stuff. Oh yeah, the despair is actually still here, so I need more contentment than I thought, actually. I have the promotion, but I need to get rid of the despair, so let's go ahead and do that. Yep, got some vitality. Let's go ahead and dream. Oh no, take a walk. I honestly forget how to recruit more people, or how to get more people that will then be recruited. I want to do an expedition. Maybe I'll add a book to my library, even though I wanted to do something else. This morning, there's a spring in my step, I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's a good effect that will happen to us eventually. I forget what item it is, but it's something good. Alright, I found something noteworthy. Haha, yes. Oh right, we have to study this, I believe. Yeah. Oh cool, right, it gives me contentment. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, we have that to combat this, and then I think it should be away now. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes river runs clear. Indeed it does. But nothing happened with the painting. That's perfectly fine. We'll go ahead and be us. We'll go ahead and tell our sob story to the boss again. He's gonna give us the job, don't you worry. Alright, now then, we can do vitality, and then we can do stuff. I'm a brim with vitality. If I devote enough time to exercise, I'll benefit. More attention to stuff, and yeah. Okay, the despair went away. That's very good. Now we just have a fleeting memory. And we've been offered to keep our job again. That's cool. We'll put reason here so we can have the extra oomph to our work. This thing will just give us contentment because we're all home free. That's pretty nice. Sorting my cards out a bit. Oh, I only have 5 coins? Wow, that's bad. Oh, and whenever the principle of the heart is implemented, blah, blah. Gain some vitality. Nice. Whenever the principle of a lantern sheds the light, I may recall additional scraps of knowledge. Interesting. Oh my goodness, so much stuff. Heck. I have health, I have a new skill. It's wonderful. Alright, this gives me vitality. And this gives me irritation. Nice. And this can give me even more contentment. Collect this, blah blah blah. Nice. I'm gonna put these around. More contentment. That one went away. I could probably be doing more at the moment. I'm just trying to remember stuff. Well, I talked to her, but about what, though? My believer might be able to earn funds in illegal laboratories and shadowy manufactories if they're lucky. I suppose? Let's see. Oh wow, that was a firework that just went off outside, if you heard that. Interesting. Weird. I don't know, let's just do some more work, I guess. That good stuff. Gotta get that money to live. This stuff is gonna expire. There are devices in this city that defy the law of land. There are a few that defy the laws of nature. Some are very dangerous. Working under contract, that's interesting. More hacking stuff. Wrong kind of attention, but there's nothing. All sorts of stuff is going on. Oh, there has been an accident. Heck. They died. A hacking died. The spirit is departed. At some point the smell will be so bad that you'll have to dispose of it, but here it is for now. It may even attract attention. It may be used to impress the impressionable. Even after the corpse is gone, notoriety will remain. Gosh darn, that's a mistake on my part. Big mistake. Yes. So yeah, you sort of get the general gist of stuff. You go around and like place cards on these events. You go ahead and build your cult. You kind of make dumb mistakes like I did right here. But you know, it's all just in the learning process. It's all that sort of thing. Just explore, build the foundation to your building of some sort, because there is no foundation. You must build it yourself. And yeah, a bunch of stuff like that. I believe that'll be it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, fellow scrubs.